1981 was the year hardcore engulfed everything punk. Yet, as good as much of early US hardcore was, the best punk music of the day had nothing to do with 120 miles per hour thrash. Many of the best bands either recharged rootsier forms or plied a certain songwriting craft, as certain standard bearers such as The Clash or Blondie seemed to be abandoning their punk roots. Punk retrenched and took its own direction. Nonetheless, these are the best punk rock records of 1981. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to APTV and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. And check out the link in the description to the Spotify playlist featuring all of the artists on this list. The best punk rock records of 1981. Number 1. Black Flag, Damaged. Black Flag's debut LP, following 3 EPs featuring as many vocalists, laid out the blueprint: be angrier, harder, faster, more aggressive than 1977 punk in everything you do. Yet speed was hardly Black Flag's be-all end-all. Previous singer Des Cadena set the amelodic, leather-lunged Black Flag vocalist standard. Cadena moved to second guitar, allowing leader and songwriter Greg Ginn to twist his sixth string in ever more atonal free jazz clusters. Henry Rollins voiced the broken glass attitude of the cover beautifully. Number 2. The Replacements. Sorry Ma, forgot to take out the trash. Minneapolis's Replacements crafted a sloppy drunk rock that was as much the New York Dolls and faces in a flannel shirt and torn jeans as it was Bob Dylan or Hank Williams. It was Paul Westerberg's hard-on-sleeve songwriting, full of passionate observations and snide humor such as You're in Love and I'm in Trouble, and Bob Stinson's blustery guitar work that set them apart from their thrashomatic peers. A legendary 80s punk rock record begins here. Number 3. The Cramps. Psychedelic Jungle. Ghoulish guitarist Brian Gregory was gone, replaced by Brian Tristan and now renamed Kid Congo Powers. The Cramps' punkabilly attack was intact, but was now bolstered by fuzzbox-damaged 60s garage psychedelia, best exemplified by opening track Green Fuzz, or Lux Interior / Poison Ivy Rorschach Originals Can't Find My Mind and Beautiful Gardens, complete with backward messages. A royalties battle with IRS Records chief Miles Copeland commenced during the record's making, ensuring that the Cramps would not make another record for a while. Good thing Psychedelic Jungle was so good. Number 4. The Gun Club. Fire of Love. Jeffrey Lee Pierce was an LA punk scene fixture, Slash magazine record reviewer, and West Coast Blondie fan club president. He met Ramones fan club president Brian Tristan in 1979, tuned a guitar to an open chord, and taught the future Kid Congo Powers to play one-finger chords. Their band Creeping Ritual became the Gun Club, a platform for Pierce's neo-gothic mash of blues and three-chord punk. Ward Dotson replaced Powers for the debut album, and anthems such as Sex Beat and She's Like Heroin to Me provided a sleazy bohemian alternative to hardcore. Number 5. X. Wild Gift. X's second LP saw the core John Doe and Exene Cervenka's songwriting vocal team grappling with being newlyweds in the no-rolls, free spirit atmosphere of Los Angeles' boho punk social world. In This House That I Call Home chronicles early marriage in a thrashed-out 24-hour punk party pad. Meanwhile, Cervenka warbles after a fight on possible Best X song Beyond and Back. In the distance, Billy Zoom reels off his best Carl Perkins meets Johnny Ramone guitar work. Number 6. DOA. Hardcore 81. Guitarist Dave Gregg supplemented Joey Shithead, Randy Rampage, and Chuck Biscuits, and some of the tempos certainly accelerated on tracks such as DOA and Waiting for You, which meant Biscuits' arms were working harder than ever, and he was already rivaling the Damned's Rat Scabies for the title of punk's greatest drummer. But the key to Vancouver's finest is in the jokey cover of Led Zeppelin's proto-punk moment, Communication Breakdown. At their hardcore, they're a rock and roll band. Number 7. The Flesh Eaters. A Minute to Pray, A Second to Die. LA's punk poet laureate, Chris D., is joined by an all-star cast this time, X's Doe and DJ Bonebreak, the Blasters' Dave Alvin and Bill Bateman, and future Los Lobos saxophonist Steve Berlin. They churned out a raunchy garage punk as free jazz damaged as it was swampy. As Hollywood revved punk to a slam dance frenzy, the Flesh Eaters opted to rock, with only See You in the Boneyard coming closest to being straightforward. But the 7-minute plus Divine Horseman, with its mantra-like riff, is the best cut. Number 8. Adolescents. Adolescents. Also known as the Blue Album, these 12 inches house some of the most melodic and musical hardcore that would ever be made, with Rick Agnew's freewheeling octave runs, Tony Cadina's gritty brawl, and the best whoa-oh choruses this side of the Buzzcocks. Tunes such as Amoeba, No Way, and Wrecking Crew have more hooks per square inch than your average fishing tackle, but the epic chiming Kids of the Black Hole rules. Number 9. The Psychedelic Furs. Talk, Talk, Talk. The initial eponymous Psychedelic Furs LP suggested the Sex Pistols mugging Eno-era Bowie, with Richard Butler's tubercular Johnny Rotten rasp, John Ashton's thick Steve Jones chords, Duncan Kilburn's asthmatic sax, and the word stupid used maybe 62 times in killers such as We Love You. Number 10. Various. Let Them Eat Jellybeans. Compiled by the Dead Kennedys' Jello Biafra, Side A pretty much surveyed the early hardcore canon. Flipper, DOA, Black Flag, Bad Brains, the DKs themselves, Circle Jerks, Really Red, and Vancouver's original Subhumans. If nothing else, the presence of the debut Bad Brains 45, Pay to Come, turned every head who heard it. A perfect punk rock record. Number 11, Minutemen, The Punchline. 18 songs in 15 minutes. Essentially a set of haikus rarely breaking the 1-minute mark, barked by rotund, chanking guitarist D. Boone, although bassist Mike Watt sings a good chunk of these tunes. As funky and left-wing as Gang of Four, but less distorted and a whole lot faster, Minutemen proved that hardcore was at its best when it flaunted the thrash-o-matic conventions, already becoming a cliche at that moment. Number 12, The Birthday Party. Prayers on Fire. The Birthday Party migrated from their native Melbourne, starving in London, hating everything. This made both them and their music harder and uglier. They briefly returned to Australia to tour and record a set of songs that shredded everything they had done to date, with Phil Calvert's tribal drums, Tracy Pugh's sleazy bass, Rowland S. Howard's reverb abuse, and Nick Cave's tonsil shredding. The Birthday Party were now a law unto themselves.